Good morning and welcome to WellnessHr. My name is Louise Colome and I run country and coastal retreats. Today we have James Maufe with us. Hi James.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Had a really busy day, but it's been a good day so far.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do, that'd be great.
Great. So I'm a chiropractor in North Devon. We've been working here for several years now, building a practice and helping people in North Devon with their lives, with their spine and nerve system health, and creating adaptability. And because we see that as a really important part of your life processes. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We enjoy what we do. I work with my partner. Her name is Nina Martin. She's also a doctor of chiropractic. So yeah, we live, breathe, work chiropractic all the time, and we can't get enough of it. So
but you enjoy it, that's the main thing.
Yeah,
perfect. Do you want to tell everyone the name of your chiropractor clinic, just in case anybody wants to check it out?
Yeah, cool, thank you. It's the Health Praxis in Barnstable, so it's a bit of a mouthful. The Health Praxis is one word. It's and it's a health praxis, which is a Praxis, which means like it's scientific, and also the other side of the meaning is that it's a habit. So your healthy habits are really important.
A way of life, not just a one-off.
Yes, and that's how we see chiropractic and many other things in life, like eating well, thinking well, moving well. They're all habits and really, really important for us.
Yeah, perfect. It's a bit like diet as well. People think, oh, I go on a diet, lose weight, and then they gain it again. It's meant to be a change of life, isn't it? A change of way rather than a...
Yeah.
No, that's perfect. Well, today I just want to ask you a few questions because I want to promote wellness in the workplace. There's so many people working from home at the moment, and so many people that are stressed out. So I just think it's really important that companies trying to include wellness in the workplace, whether it's like a 10-minute timeout or just anything that they can, even if they sell them on like a group trip together, so they can still meet up and get over that mental part of it. So today I just want to ask you 3 questions. The first thing I was going to ask you is, do you exercise yourself?
The simple answer to that question is yes, I do exercise. The more long-winded version is that exercise is a word that we use to describe a set of rules when you move. So I do use rules quite often. However, the bigger, your mindset is that you can be a mover. Yeah. So someone who moves, that's a bigger container. There are less, that's more abstract than the word exercise. Yeah. And the reason that I like the word movement and a mover is because you have the ability as a human being to move.
Yeah.
And you can dance and you can sing and you can do push-ups and you can do pull-ups and you can wrestle and you can tap dance, and the whole thing is available to you. It can be a little bit daunting sometimes when you want to do something but you're nervous, and it's that kind of thing. But really and truly, everybody has a good shot at trying something and failing forward, which is the best way to do it. And the reason that movement is really important is because it's about adaptability.
Yeah.
So the more movement you do and the more exercises you do, the more adaptable you will become to life, and that is a really important thing.
And some people have a job where they do a lot of movement, but they wouldn't class it as exercise. So, for example, your job, it's quite long hours, I'm guessing, and people say, oh, do you exercise? But on doing chiropractic, you're constantly on your feet, you're constantly on the go, aren't you? So you're constantly making that movement, but you're not exercising as the strict set of rules say. So
sorry.
You're still using your muscles to do everything that you're doing.
Yeah, and anybody who's in an office space, you're sitting now. your move, like, so that's a type of movement, even though it seems quite still. The muscles in your spine, the postural muscles in your spine have to work. You're still having to breathe, and thinking is a type of movement as well. So you're still, like, there are things happening all the time. The way you use your mouse, the way you smile at your colleagues, and get up and move around the office, and it can be quite a good, fun experience to be aware of your breath as often as possible during your work, your daily habits. So anyone who sits down for a long time, the postural muscles will start to fatigue after a certain amount of time. And certainly if you're not breathing properly, that's going to happen a lot quicker than if you're breathing deeply during the day, and then you're then you sit up properly and you're like, oh, I can do this task, it's really easy.
So over. Closer to the camera.
Yeah, sit up, everybody. So the more you realize that you're a mover and that it happens all day, every day, sleeping or awake, there are things that are happening that are based on your lifestyle habits during the day, and that affects how you sleep at night. So I think breathing is a really important thing, and it's a nice thing as a mover and as an you can do it as an exercise, you see.
Yeah, so say breathing, when you say breathing, people think, well, I breathe all day, every day. They don't think about controlled breathing, do they? So
yeah, it's like
5-second breath in, 5-second breath out. And relaxing those muscles, they'll just oversee it and be like, I breathe all day, every day. So what is James on about? What would you say to someone when you talk about breathing? How would they control their breathing? How would you go about that?
I think the best thing that anybody can do in the first instance is follow their breath. So really an interesting point is that when you're stressed at work, you might do shallow breathing. And when you're relaxed at work, you might be doing deep breathing. Yeah. And just not so being aware of your breath means that you go, oh, like, I'm shallow breathing, I might be stressed doing this task. Yeah. And then that is enough for you to shift then you've made a shift from like, oh, I'm stressed to, well, I'm thinking about it being stressed. So maybe like you're the observer, and therefore you can detach from the stressful event. You can go and make a cup of tea, you can go outside and get some fresh air, and you can come back renewed. And so it really is important that we follow the breath first of all, and then you can analyze, wow, I'm doing this with my breathing. That's really
without even realizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's a really interesting answer to exercise. Thank you for that. The other thing I was going to ask is based around the exercise and the benefit of exercise. We spoke a bit about breathing, but do you do any exercise outside of work? And when I mean exercise, like, do you do any running or go to the gym or surf, or do you do anything like that? And if so, do you feel the benefit from it when you do it?
Yeah, certainly. So good question. Yeah. I do exercise. I do a lot of those things. I will say that outside of work and the habits that I formed exercising, the most pleasurable thing that I find is walking. Yeah. Really and truly, that's my. It's a type of movement. It's an experience. Pardon?
Until you get to a very steep hill.
Yeah.
It's nice and relaxing, and until you get to a very steep hill.
Yeah, and then your breath comes in again, so then you're like, oh wow. So it can be a really good experience. And living in North Devon, I don't know about you, but the coastal walks around here are just phenomenal, and we take every opportunity we can to go and enjoy what is around us. I think it's absolutely priceless.
At least once or twice a week we try and go out for the afternoon or go for a walk. We've just got a 6-month-old baby, so we've got like one of those hiking bags so you can sit up and see where he's going.
Cool.
You can't take a pushchair anywhere in North Devon, can you, really, when it comes to coastal paths?
No, not on the coastal paths. No, not at all.
We go out Abbotshire Cliffs quite a lot. It's lovely out there. So.
Oh, that's one of my favourite places to go. Definitely.
Yeah,
really nice.
That's perfect. And the last thing is, would you advise employees to exercise and employers to promote exercise or movement in the workplace?
Yes, I think I would answer that question in reverse. The second part of the question was?
It was movement, exercise and movement in the workplace.
Yeah, I think it's important to exercise. Like, it's important that everybody does that. The what, like, rest from what you're doing at work is really important, and like movement and exercise can be a source of rest because you're changing what you're doing. I think the best thing to promote for anybody is walking outside.
Yeah.
You know, really and truly, if you can find a way to walk to work or drive to work and then take a short walk before you arrive, take like lots of short walks around the building, up the stairs. Lunch breaks are really good for a nice 15-minute walk after you've eaten. And it's very good for your blood sugar levels as well, so that's always a good idea. And walk after work as well. You know, like, there's never a bad time to go for a walk and catch some fresh air. So if anybody's going to do anything, and it's, you know, when we're working at home, you may not be driving, so you could start your day with a 20-minute walk around Brock Park, if you're living in Barnstable, for example. Yeah. And you know, it would be phenomenal
fresh air in your system, and it's free. You don't have to pay gym memberships or anything like that, or worry about the stress of money of going to a class or signing up. Do you just get out, get some fresh air? It's nice and free.
Exactly.
Just relax.
Yeah, yeah, we can all do it. It's available to all of us. And what I'll say to closing with walking, there's a Buddhist philosophy that comes with it that says you're arriving with every step. So you know, what's the destination? Is it like to go for a walk and come home, like, or are you walking to enjoy each and every step that you take on that walk? And so in that Buddhist philosophy, it's like arriving with every single step. And then when you step outside and you start to appreciate, like, wow, there's this tree and there's this river and there's these geese and duck and all this kind of stuff, and you think, wow, life is worth living.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed during lockdown, especially in North Devon, because we had that period of time when we couldn't drive and we had to walk everywhere, all the wildlife come out. So when we did that Thursday night clap at 8 o'clock, we used to hear all the birds, used to hear all the cows, we used to hear everything. Like, and normally they're dead quiet or you can't hear them, and it was just so peaceful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really lush.
So take that time out of your day and go for a walk and see all the nature.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you very much for your time today, James. If anybody wants a chiropractor in Barnstable, North Devon, give James a message. I'll tag him in this video so you can see it below. But thank you for listening and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.